Alejandra, can you tell me about your first trial?
I graduated in 2018. I took the bar in July of that year. I probably got my results August or September. I can't remember how many months it was. I think it was a couple. And I had my very first trial ever just a couple months after that in December.
Who did the initial intake on that case?
So we did the initial intake together. We had a couple of clients that came in with a small claims breach of contract issue. They had entered into a contract with a corporate entity that didn't really perform the services that they paid for.
And was the other side represented?
The other side was represented. We were also suing a corporate entity and its principal, and they did have an attorney, yes.
And so in the course of preparing for the trial and conducting the trial, were you responsible for everything from soup to nuts?
Yeah, I would say even from after that intake, I think we started really heading into litigation. There was a pre-trial process. I handled that with your supervision, with your help, actually. And when we couldn't settle it, which we tried, we were set for trial. And I handled it soup to nuts, absolutely. But I think that you were there at every step for any help that I needed and the support that I needed.
So tell me about your experience at trial.
And I remember being in the car on the way up with you, actually, and you telling me that I was going to be great.
And were you great?
I was great, and we were successful, and I actually won my first trial.
That's great. And did they get an award of attorney's fees?
We did get an award of attorney's fees as well.
And then did you participate in the collections effort for those fees?
Absolutely. So once we got our final judgment, which was a really great moment, we moved into the part where we were seeking fees from the court post-judgment. And I started right away in our collection process. And it was a new experience for me. Again, trial was the first experience. Post-judgment discovery was a new experience too. And you helped me with that as well.
And during the course of the trial, were you receiving any coaching, or were you just sort of left out there on a limb on your own?
So throughout the trial, I definitely turned to you for coaching. I remember one thing in particular that I was struggling with was keeping my exhibits organized. Something so simple that you think isn't a big deal as a young attorney, but it is. It can really make or break the moment in that trial. And you helped me out on the fly, helped me redirect my client, helped me redirect my exhibits, focus myself, and deal with my nerves in that moment, which was probably the most crippling part.
Great. I want to talk about some of your experience after that first trial.
Sure.
At a later point, still in your first year as an attorney, did you participate in an emergency injunction evidentiary hearing?
And that was another really awesome experience. It's not a trial per se, but it's a mini evidentiary trial that day. And my role in that was to prepare and direct examine one of our key witnesses.
And so thereafter, did you, again, still in your first year as an attorney, did you get to conduct a jury trial?
I did a federal criminal jury trial with Jordan Lewin, a criminal attorney that you share space with here.
And what aspects of that federal jury trial did you participate in?
I was really lucky with this federal jury trial to have the opportunity to do an opening statement, which was very exciting, very nerve-wracking, but very exciting. And I did the direct examination of the criminal defendant, actually.
That's great. As a result of these experiences, how does that impact your career, your confidence level, and the way you approach your work?
There's no doubt that the fact that I did, participated in 3 trials within my first year of being an associate, an attorney, there's no doubt that led me to be way more confident in court. I can say now I'm just a couple years into practice, and I definitely have, I would say, a composure and a preparedness that my peers at this level of experience don't have as a result of the experience I had here. So I'm eternally grateful for that, and truly there's nothing like the hands-on experience that you get here. That's the real deal.